We are all anxious to get back to our lives after social distancing, and new data from the University of Washington model suggests some relaxation in Washington state may be possible after May 18th, with containment strategies that include testing, contact tracing, isolation, and limited gathering size. Professor Carl Bergstrom studies infectious diseases at UW and says that's a great trend, but the IHME model may not be best equipped to predict that point.
So while it's encouraging that the IHME model is predicting that we could have 0 cases by mid-May, I wouldn't really count on that, given the way that whole model is set up.
So you would say don't get your hopes up that we're going to be out in the streets as of mid-May.
I would be cautious about getting your hopes up around that. Yeah, I mean, I think that if we're lucky, we'll be able to go back to some aspects of normal life on that time scale.
He has become a national voice during this pandemic.
And in some sense, that's even more dangerous than lying, because you sort of know where the liar stands with respect to truth.
He also studies and teaches about the spread of misinformation. Fake news, he says, has undoubtedly hurt our response.
There's some parallels, of course. You can see how misinformation, some rumor or something like that will spread rather the way that a virus does. It's exploding sort of exponentially and moving through people.
And he says right now we need to accept that we're in a time of uncertainty, both on when life will get back closer to normal and what the next few months will look like.
What do you think people should know, and what should they keep in mind as we, just soldier on, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing, we all need to be aware that we're heading into the unknown. This is not something that has happened in a century. When it happened a century ago, we were in a different place in terms of what we knew, what kinds of risks people were willing to accept, the way that information flowed.
For that reason, be skeptical of hard predictions and check your sources, he says. We're all figuring this out as we go. Michael Crow, King 5 News.
And Bergstrom says that before we relax our social distancing, he wants to see a significant drop in cases, extensive testing, also a scale up of contact tracing. He worries that stopping social distancing too soon would waste all the gains that we've made.